they've been doing a pretty good job. South Africa has been catching up slightly in day 3. They're on 2:39. And then you've got Egypt. They've fallen way behind. As you remember earlier, I was pretty excited to see the Egyptians ride. They have not been able to come to the table. And then we have Jordan on 2:24, Yemen in the 8th place for the day on 214, and Norway and on 180. So yes, Brendan, very exciting to get this World Championships to a very exciting final event, and anything can happen. So let's see what happens, eh?
Yes, and honest, as we speak, the variables in the equation are back. The rain's starting to come down again. We just actually had a lull in the rain, and we've sorted out the track. You'll see, if you look on the screen, you'll see there's a whole lot of shavings being thrown down. That's for the security of the horses. There's footing conditions aren't good because of all the rain. And now there's 2 variables. The rain's back. How the horses are going to react to the shavings on the track. All right, we're about to start, and as I said, these variables are going to maybe cost the teams.
I can't hear him.
No, not. All right, we're back on track. This is the Saudi team. You'll see the riders are going to ride one behind each other. Pegs are placed 1.5 meters apart.
That's a 4 and a 6 and a 0 and a 6.
What is that total up to there, you reckon, Anas? You've got 2 6s, so they've got 12 points there, and 4
and a 0. So they've dropped 8 points there.
Yeah, that's it. So he's given them 6 6 and a 4. So 12, 16 points added to the Sudani score. Remember, they're now 14.5 points ahead, and they add 16 points to their score. So this is going to get close.
Are you doing some quick maths there for us?
Some quick maths. So as we go along, we'll be able to pretty much make a good calculation as to whether Pakistan and India, who are 2nd and 3rd at this stage, can catch the Saudis. But it's all up to the Saudis now. They don't make any mistakes.
So they've dropped 8 points now.
They've dropped 8 points, yes.
8 points down for the Saudis. Who's been they were ahead with 14.5 points, so they still have 6.5 points in the bag at this moment of time.
Depending on what those two
depending
teams
on what happens to the other teams. But that is very, very exciting. So Pakistan, if they can have a full run on the 4 centimeter pegs, they could actually narrow the gap quite dramatically.
They can actually within one run get within 6 points, which is 1 peg.
1 peg. Let's see if they can achieve that. I mean, it's not easy. The conditions are not easy. Have you seen they've put shavings on the track, so it's not easy, but it's possible, eh?
Yes, no, definitely possible. Jordan next on the team, and what will also happen here, the more and more teams that come up, the more the track will get churned out. It might get a bit more difficult for the riders at the back. Also, your 4th rider and 3rd and 4th rider in this event, the horses chuck up a lot of mud. I see the Jordanians are playing it clever.
And a 4 and another 6 and another. Oh, that's a 4
and a 6. Oh, well done, Jordan. 6 6 4, I presume. Let them have a look at that peg. You'll see the judge will walk up and have a look. They're probably hoping for a break, but I doubt it's a break. He's going to give them, I'm sure, 4 points.
That was a 6 6 4 6.
22 points for Jordan there. Good run for Jordan. Excellent. Anas, did you pick up there that they increased their...
Yeah.
Prepare to take the time fault?
Yes.
And they spread their riders so that they don't get any mud. from the riders in front of them. So very clever riding there from the Jordanians. And what I was going to mention earlier is that the further back you are, the more the track's going to churn up. So it'll be slightly disadvantaged. It's all about the draw, unfortunately. You just have to take it as it comes. But the Saudis, who are in front, actually have the best position because they're first to ride.
Well, they were the first to ride on a fresh track. If you look at Pakistan being the last team to ride, it could be to their disadvantage because they will be the 9th team that are running on the same track. So interesting facts and interesting theories that we are talking about here. I like what I saw that the plan that Jordan just came up with. We all know that when conditions are tough and there's a lot of mud, you can increase your distance between your horses. So you rather sacrifice a bit of a time penalty and make sure that your riders have a good clear vision of the peg right in front of them. So we'll see what the other teams come up with. That's normally the safer route, and you make sure that your riders all have a fair chance to get to the pegs.
Quite correct, Hans. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what the South Africans do. South Africans tend to ride a lot closer together under normal conditions. What are they going to do now under these conditions? It'll be very interesting to see what they do. Understanding the South Africans, to make any impact on this competition, will have to take at least all 8 of their picks.
Well, for them to really try and end this competition and this World Cup in a commanding way, that is exactly what is expected of them. Let's see what they come up with. I see the horses are ready, the riders are ready. We will be seeing them perform right now.
Looks like they're going for the close horse approach. Very close horse approach.
6 0.
Hard lines there. 6 on the first.
6
peg.
on the first peg, and the middle 2 pegs, peg number 2 and 3, could be zeros.
Yeah, there's a brush or 0. They'll be making a decision on them. I still think South Africans made a mistake. They should have gone for the far approach. Further approach, a bit close for these weather conditions. Although when they were coming down the track, the rain wasn't as bad as what was with the first run. So we'll hear the final decision from the judges in a minute. Unfortunate there. 0-0.
That was 6-0-0.
Only 12 points for South
Only
Africa.
12 points for South Africa. As we gave our opinion on the South African run, the theory was that a safer, longer or bigger gaps between the riders could have been safer and could have ensured a better view of the pegs. Interesting to see what their strategy was. Obviously didn't work to their benefit, but let's see what the other teams are up to.
Yeah, now we've got Oman. Look at Oman in a mini battle with India at this stage. They can actually take third on the podium if they do well here. They're still probably a good 25 points behind India, but they're definitely in line to make an impression. If they're going for bronze. Let's be honest, they'll be fighting for bronze. They're probably a bit out of this gold and silver medal positions, but they'll be fighting for bronze. So they're looking for a full house.
Although you must not throw them away. You know, if you look at the day's performance, there's 5 points between Pakistan, Saudi, and Oman. Yes. So for the day, they can still end up with a silver medal.
Quite correct.
For the day.
You're quite correct. You've got the tallies there, so it's easy.
So it's really, you know, for the day. Although they are, I think, out of contention for the World Cup, I do think they have a chance to end up on the podium for the day.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Well, full house will take them far. They're looking for 4 pegs. Just a bit of information to the viewers. The pegs are placed 1.5 meters directly behind each other. The riders have to follow directly behind each other, and the first rider has to take the first peg, second rider the second peg in sequence, otherwise they get disqualified. So it's very important that they keep their sequence in this event. Also, yeah, you'll see the track stewards putting a lot of effort into making sure those pegs are directly behind each other to make it fair for all the riders. And as we say that, the rain settles slightly, so got a bit of a gap.
Yeah, I do think the rain has given us a chance. If I look over on the other side, you know, it seems that the rain is over for now. The officials on the track are really going out of their way to make sure that all the pegs are lined up properly. I see the competitors are lining up at the bottom of the track. Everybody is ready for this run. We are freezing. A bowl of hot soup will go down nicely now, eh?
Yeah, you can say that again. We've had the face end of the rain all morning and this part of the afternoon. But yeah, we're enjoying this last competition of the 2023 World Cup. Just looking at the organising committee and the track stewards, they're busy having a few discussions. Looks like the judges are being exceptionally fussy about
Pegs placing
and
yeah.
spacing. I think it's all good. You'll see they also mark the pegs with Roman numerals 1, 2, 3, just in case the peg flies up or 2 or 3 pegs fly up, that they can identify which peg was for which rider. So they
All
have to
done.
Make sure that that's all in place. Yes, we're all done. We're now Oman for the first run at Relay Lance. I see they're taking a bit of a turn. I think their number 1 horse
Wasn't lined up
wasn't
properly.
lined up properly because I think the stewards took their time slightly, so he wasn't lined up properly.
And I think it's all coming down to being very worked up down there as well, eh?
Yes, I suppose a bit of nerves going on there.
Nerves,
Looks like a strike on the first peg.
a carry.
It looks like a miss and a miss, and that was Safwan. He's been so consistent the whole day, and last peg seems to have eluded him.
Now this has been a very expensive run for Oman. Let's see if they scored on the first peg.
Judge still sort of deliberating. When you see 3 pegs in the ground, you know it's not looking good for them. They need at least 4 here to make any impression as well.
Correct. Two 6.
0-0. So only 8 points scored there for Oman. 8 points. Yeah, they'll be very disappointed with that. I'm sure they're looking for better than that, especially going into this last run. Mind you, South Africans too only scored 12. We were expecting a full house from them. It is what it is. Conditions, and yeah, the tournament for them may be over now after this first run.
Correct. And yes, they were in contention for a possible medal for the day. But I do think after this, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back.
And yeah, Oman sort of also at the bottom of the table, got a bit of pride to salvage here. They'd like to just show the crowd, you know, they can take 4 pegs, and they've just maybe haven't got it all together in the last 3 days. But the Yemenis, we know they're better riders than that, so they'll just want to salvage some pride with this run.
Well, looking at the overall score, Oman is on 506 and Egypt on 492. So if the Egyptians manage later on in the event to come up with some good riding on the 4 centimeter pegs, they could even overtake Oman
Yeah,
on the overall ranking.
Oman will be very disappointed if that happens. But as you say, they haven't had a good run. Surprisingly so. They've sort of been on form with the Lemons. You'd have thought they would have carried this through to the relay.
Yes.
Again, the track stewards are taking their time about getting the pegs lined up correctly. And looks like the judge very fussy
Oh, he's very fussy.
about whether the peg is slightly out of line, slightly in line.
Holy smoke.
I think the riders' anxiousness they wouldn't mind if it was a few millimeters out of line. I know when we rode ourselves, we just want to get on with it.
Correct.
A centimeter here or there wouldn't bother us much.
Yeah, now we even have a second guy looking at it, eh?
I'm surprised they haven't taken out the vernier caliper here.
Yeah, well.
I think
They
organising
try
chairman-
and give the rider such a perfect run at the end of the day, eh?
That's correct. Well, they're marking the pegs. That means we're probably going to get the green light. As soon as the white flag goes up, we know the track is ready. And we'll have Yemen. as we were saying about Yemen, they're looking for a full house. Salvaging Pride need to a bit of crowd, get the crowd behind them. There's nothing really left in the day for them or for the competition. They've sort of run their time.
Let's have a look at them. 6,
It's like the very far approach being used here.
0.
Unfortunate there.
That's a 4. And another
Close.
4.
So yeah, looking. I don't know if it's the conditions, but all the teams sort of battling. Yeah.
It seems to be the case.
The Jordanians with 22 points seem to be the best. Usually, going into the last event, all the riders are sharp. It's sort of they're consistent and they don't miss that easily. But let's say conditions might be playing against them at this stage.
I do think the conditions has a huge effect, but the conditions are luckily the same to everyone.
Yes, you're right with that.
So at the end of the day, you know, riders just need to make sure that they do their best.
That's right. Yeah, and I suppose locally we should actually be. The conditions should be easier for us. We don't often ride in the rain, but we have these conditions at certain of our tournaments where the Middle East don't really. So you'd think they'd be more uncomfortable, but they seem to be the ones that are
Adapting easier.
Adapting easier at this stage. Again, they've got our judge. Both judges are judging. Rafat Awad from Sudan and our other judge from Qatar, Fahad Hussain. Both checking on what's going on here. Remember, if you at all in these conditions drop your weapon, the rider gets disqualified and there's no points are added to the score. There's a few variables here. You don't want a lance sticking in the ground, staying behind, because then it's considered a drop. So they'll be careful that the pegs are placed properly and that the footing conditions don't attribute to any sort of loss of weapon or equipment, as we like to call it today.
That's the last thing that one wants to see at a World Championships as well. Normally, losing a weapon is coupled to danger, and we've just been lucky in South Africa not to have any major injuries up to now, but it could end up to a lot of trauma, and that's so unnecessary. So rather make sure that everything is in place and ready for the event beforehand.
You're quite right. Looks like they've marked the pegs, so we're ready to go.
And the track's ready for Norway.
And it will be Norway. Your team there again.
Hey, there's my Norwegians coming, guys.
Got a bit of momentum from Lemons, so I'm sure they'll be eager to take 4 pegs there. One of the. I'm sure
I see some of the horses are ready, and yeah, they are on their way.
Mahmoud in front again. I see they've kept him at number 1. It's a
Ah,
very
good
set
pick.
example. Unfortunate there. Yeah.
Another
maybe.
peg.
Yes,
Another
3 pegs.
peg. Wow.
Really one of the best.
That's one of the better runs. Wow,
Quite
3
right.
pegs.
Norway. Yeah, they're going on there.
18.40.
18 points.
And penalty -2.
They've taken, unfortunately, been penalised 2 points on for time. But that's a logical approach in these conditions, is to open the gaps between the horses and then go for the objects.
Well,
They'll
looking
end up
at the
with 16
scores up to now, although they sacrificed 2 penalties, the penalty points for a slower time, they still manage a decent score of 16.
Yeah, you're quite right there. And actually on equal with Saudi, who was the
Saudi.
top team here. So
Yeah.
on the 16 points.
Yeah.
Just Jordan has done better. Jordan had exceptionally not good run there.
Yeah, Jordan had a 22-point run, and then we had these 2 teams, Norway and Saudi, on 16. Although Norway had more points, they sacrificed 2 points, penalty points for their speed. But although that has happened, it's still a pretty decent score under the circumstances.
I agree. And yeah, Jordan showing that tactic of open gaps working for them.
Well, even Norway, look at them. They had a lot slower, but exactly what we said earlier. Rather open your gaps and make sure that you have a good run and proper view of your peg.
Quite correct. And the two that have used the strategy are actually
Have done better,
have reaped the rewards,
better scores.
better scores, definitely.
I hope the team managers listen to us.
Maybe should take some tips here.
We can make money.
We could.
Top team
It
in the
looks like
World Cup.
okay. We now got our India. Okay, this is a very important run for India. They 16 points behind the leaders. Full house here will go very far to putting pressure on the Saudis.
That's true. That's true.
Remember, the next event's also a sword event. Sword, you can make mistakes very quickly. You need to be very accurate when you're riding with a sword. So this could have far-reaching implications.
That's 6, and a 4,
Might even get a break for that.
and a 6,
Open bar strategy. There we are.
and another 4.
Only 4 points. 4 points down on the run. If
It seems I do think there might be a time penalty.
1-0. Time penalty -3.
-3 points, they say the honor. So
I heard
my calculations say 22 minus how many did they say in penalties? 3. So they've got 19 points. 17. Why 17? I had it as 19. 24 minus. Oh, they're quite correct. 17. 24 minus the 4. So they would definitely 17 points. So actually not that much better than Norway or Saudi, although they're 1 point. So they'll creep up 1 point on Saudi. They're now 15 points behind. Maybe a bit of a bridge too far for the last run. So the Saudis might have, with that run, it only depends on what the Pakistanis can do now. It'll be the Saudis to lose if Pakistan can't make an impression.
can't make the impression. Yeah, look, the strategy was to obviously go slower, but they've gone way too slow
Yes, yeah.
because they sacrificed a lot more points on the time penalty.
You're right. They sacrificed nearly 3 points.
3 points.
So they won. The 4 down on the pegs, 3 on
Yeah.
that. So yes, they won't. And I see the track stewards are taking their time about this last run too, making sure that Pakistan get
Get
the
their
same treatment
Yeah.
as everybody. Track doesn't seem to have turned up too much.
No, I'm very impressed with the track, and I see the officials are kicking the sawdust across all the holes and the
time.
marks every time. So I think it's a very fair play to everybody.
Yes, I'm agreeing with you. Sorry, we've forgotten it's actually the Egyptians. It's not the.
Yeah, sorry, that's Egypt coming down.
Just before then, so Egypt are still in the mix. Not really. They've dropped below 5 now. Maybe on the day scores they're up there, but they've actually dropped below 5th now. So yeah, their World Championship defense might be lingering at this stage. There's a good one. 6-6 there. They are coming. They're going for it. 4 and a 4. Looks like
Well,
4
it
and a
could
2.
end up. You could end up with 2 twos there, eh?
You're right. Yeah,
That peg
actually,
still standing in the ground.
You're quite correct. It hasn't left the ground.
Hasn't
so it would be
left
a
the
2
ground, so
actually.
that should be a 2.
2. So we'll hear what the judge says. We've got 6-6 on our scorecards. We're just waiting for the final deliberation. Six, 6-4-0. I think that's the incorrect call. by
That
the
was
judge.
definitely not the
I think
correct
six-
call.
I don't think that's the correct call. I
That
think he's made
peg
a
was still
mistake.
standing straight up in the sand,
I agree.
and
with
the
you.
rule is very clear. For a peg to be called a 4, the peg needs to be out of the ground.
Yes, I
So that's definitely a 2 in my mind.
He
But
called
we
the-
are not the judge, eh?
Yeah, 4. They called 6-6-4-0.
Yeah.
Okay? It was 6-6-4-0, so they
No.
score 16 points. Did we get a time there? So didn't you get the
No,
time?
no, I was so caught up in the pegs that I never even listened to the time there.
Although we're taking Egypt's score, we're just not 100%. sure what the time penalties were there.
For relay launch.
But yeah, we're actually looking at the next run. This is the important run to us. Is what Pakistan can do here. If they want to make an impression, this is the run. This is the
Yes.
run.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan is lying in overall in the second position. They are on 530 points, and even for the day, they are on second position on 554, just 2 points behind India.
So they've got a good chance of maybe winning the day, but they might just not, might just be too far for the competition in general, for the full competition, for the cup.
What will they do?
Now, this is a very, very important run for them, Brendan. If they can pull this off, then all hats off to them, if you know what I mean.
I must say slightly, I'm rooting for them. They're one of our traditional countries we've always
That's a
competed against.
6.
Nice to see them.
And another one. Oh,
Something. 6.
yeah, that's
Well done, Pakistan.
that is really a good run. It's 3 6s and a 4.
Yeah,
Now
and
that is a proper 4. Just look at where the peg is lying. If it's got a mark on the face, that's a good 4.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I'd love to see a review of that last run. I pretty much didn't agree with the judge on that one. Maybe they 0. He's called it. So there's no
0.
mark. Oh,
They
unfortunate.
that must have been a dug.
Yeah.
Eh? No mark on the face of the peg, and that is the reason why the peg was called a 0. That's all that I can think.
Yes.
Obviously, there was no mark. The peg was out of the ground, so it's a typical. It's dug.
It's been dug out.
It's been dug out.
And I just heard the time. They must have incurred a few penalties because they've given them 15.5
15
points.
point. Yeah.
5 points. So they actually stay behind.
The excitement
Saudis on the
doesn't
day.
stop, eh?
It doesn't stop. So they'll be behind. This is going to get very close. For
Yeah.
The day. But I think a bridge. I think the Saudis might have pulled this one off. But now this is their last run. If the Saudis have a good run here, I think you're going to hear a cheer. I think then we know we might be the 2023 World Cup champions. It's all about this run. This is what makes this so exciting.
Very. Ladies and
Scores are closed.
if you think about this, 3 days of hard competition, and it all comes down to this run.
It all comes down to this run.
If this run is done with precision, if this run is done perfectly, the Saudis will write their name on that trophy, without a doubt.
Saudi Arabia.
Eh?
The only variable here is that sword. That sword makes it difficult, although they've made the peg slightly bigger now. It's now
Yeah.
6 centimeters.
Yeah, with the sword, it's going to be the 6 centimeter peg that we'll be riding on. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is the highlight, as far as I'm concerned, the highlight of this World Championship. This is where it's going to be won, is right here within the next 2 minutes, in my mind.
I
So,
think you're quite correct on this. I mean, it's all about those riders must be under some serious pressure there at the bottom. They
holy
know,
smoke.
they know what's at stake. They know if they make a mistake, Pakistan could take this cup away from them.
Yeah,
So they're in line to win it. Although they 2 experienced riders, you've got 2 young riders at the back there. It's all about what the first rider does when he comes down the track.
yeah, we all know
First rider
it's-
can take the peg. It will calm all those
the
riders
rest of the
behind him,
riders.
yeah. So it's
We all
about-
know, riders all over the world knows that if your number 1 rider in this event is probably the most important rider in the section or in the team, because if he starts by taking the first peg, it creates such a lot of enthusiasm and such a lot of calmness for the rest of the team. So the number 1 rider is the pillar, as far as I'm concerned, in this event for a team. So let's see how this team performs now.
What's going to be interesting here, Anas, is what strategy they use. Are they going to go for the time penalty and
Yep.
precision? That would be my bet. That would be my choices if I
Yeah,
was
I
coaching them.
agree with you.
would be
I
going
wholeheartedly.
precision and don't worry about the time fault.
Time.
We can accept the time fault here. We just want precision. So that's what I'd be telling my team down at the bottom there. I see there Mohammed. You see, he's actually walked up to the team. He's actually probably
Yeah, he's
giving
talking to them.
advice.
Yes,
I'm pretty
giving-
sure that's what he's telling him. Say, listen, gents, open the gaps.
Open
go
the
for
gaps.
pegs, because the number 1 horse tends to be a bit slow now and again, and he could hold them up. Although that's the pillar, he's not the fastest horse is at the back, and usually you'd like your fast horses in front.
in front.
But they've got the slower horse in front. But he's the pillar, as you say, and he's going to create the momentum going into the pigs.
Well, we've been discussing that, ladies and gentlemen. This is, and if you look at them down there, the team is very calm. The team is lining up perfectly. Their manager or their coach is standing right there beside them. You can expect the highlight of this tournament, as far as I'm concerned. This is really what it boils down to.
What you'll also see is that they're going to come in on a left turn. They're going to get the horses on the right leg.
Yeah.
They're going to put them onto the left leg to open up the pigs. This is a very important strategy. Good coaches know this.
They know this.
And I think they're South Africa. So yes, yeah, for the day, India's just gone ahead.
Yes, there's.
276 and
Let's
Saudis
see.
fallen behind. Let's see what these Saudis can do.
Six.
Momentum's there.
Six. Yeah!
24. Give them the credit. They've
They've
taken
done
the pressure.
exceptional,
Exception.
and they've absorbed all the pressure that came across. They've absorbed everything.
They have absorbed. Well done to the
Well
Saudis.
done to the
That is
Saudis.
a comprehensive show they've given us. They've stuck to the guns. They've been in the medals every day. 100%. They're going to be very happy. We can't actually see them at the barrier. The cameras might pick them up. But that's what they want. They're looking for the cup. So I'm sure they'll be taking the cup. I don't think there's no team can't beat them.
No,
Scores are just far too far.
nobody can beat them now.
Well done to the Saudis. Credit to them. They actually won day 2. They were second or third in the first day. So they've been consistent all the way through. So well done to them.
Yeah,
Great
without-
victory, I think.
Without taking away the glory for day 3 of the World Championships, which we are busy with, it all comes down to who's going to be the next world champions. And you've just witnessed and just seen the 2023 world champions pass by on a perfect score of 24 points.
They went for the part strategy, and they took a 1.5 penalty on time. But as I said, they'd take that any time. They were far more points ahead than that, so they didn't have to. They weren't forced into a close run. So brilliant. Well done to the Saudis. Well done to
Well, it
those
was a
that-
very, very good strategy, you know. Why do you want to take the risk of riding too fast and miss pegs?
You're quite right.
It's a lot safer to take the time penalty.
Let's see with Jordan. We'd
Jordan,
like to see 4 pigs go, yeah. Unfortunately, Jordan. All the teams want to finish
Oy.
off on a high note, and that's not what the Jordan would have wanted.
yeah,
It's pretty much been what their week's about. They started off so well, coming down. Second day, sort of dropped off the pace today. Dropped off the pace. They tried the closer strategy now. Not that it meant much, but yes, yeah, the judges having a squiz there. It's also about individual riders. We forget
Yeah, we're forgetting about the individual riders as well. Eh?
you can become the individual champion here. So there's some riders that have got high scores that will still count towards the best rider
Of the tournament. Yes.
And then you effectively the individual world champion if you win this on points. It might even come down to a ride-out. We'll see.
That could be exciting, eh?
For the last 2 days, we've had a ride-out for the best rider, so it'll be very interesting. If at the end of the tournament we've got a
ride-out.
tie and we have to go for a ride-out, and that'll be great for the tournament. I'd actually like to see that. It will just create a bit of atmosphere around the end of the tournament. And there might even be a ride-out for day 3. There's quite a comprehensive computer system that works this all out as the riders go down. I must congratulate SG of SA Tenping. They've designed a great
Tool,
program,
yeah.
great tool that can be used for this competition, and it's worked very well. The scores come out pretty quick. We know exactly what's going on.
What's happening and so on.
And yeah, South Africa. Yes, I'm sure this is their swan song. They'd like to just they just like to play for pride. Yeah, South African team. They'd like to finish off with 4 pegs. I'm pretty sure.
I think all the teams that haven't been performing up to standard or performing as well as they would have wanted to perform would really love to just calm everything down and end up with 4 pegs, eh?
That's correct. I've just had a quick look over at the trophy there. You see that the trophy's been laid out on the Springbok
Holy
skin.
smokers, that looks impressive, eh?
Impressive. It's there. It's handed. It's at the top. It's there with the president. Yeah, the South Africans. The close approach. They're keeping to the close approach. See whatever. South Africans.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, well done, South Africa. 4 pegs. It was lovely. It's still the Patriots are still behind you. South African crowd. Yeah, for us it was still
Wow.
good to see. And with and using the close method, it always looked so good.
It looked
Looked
beautiful.
So good, yeah.
It worked for them this time around, and what a way to finish the tournament.
Yes, well
and
done,
so,
South Africa.
and so we've been here. We've finished on a very high note, so I think they feel pretty good about themselves
Yes.
right now. Although there will always be disappointment.
Yes.
Obviously, you know, there's no team here that haven't prepared well, that haven't put in their best effort, you know. So I'm dead sure that all the teams that are not ending at the top are slightly disappointed. But we have to have winners, and there will always be losers.
You're right. You're right.
But to end on a high note is really comforting, and it just makes you calm slightly, eh?
Yes, it does. It is just nice to know that they know they could do it. Just day in, day out, just the consistency let them down slightly. And they had opportunities on the second day, which we called moving day, and they just couldn't capitalize on those opportunities. And I think the pressure just gets to you. You just don't catch up, you know. But yeah, we've got Oman, and we set you in the day standings. Oman can still sneak in there into the 3rd place.
Yeah,
The
they lame.
Saudis give them enough. The Saudis have been through, so the Saudis
Yeah.
I don't think have given the gap. So it's actually over for Oman, I think, in terms of day 3 results.
Yeah, remember their first round wasn't all that great either.
Yes, so
let's
see.
see.
It's also all about pride as far as I'm concerned. You know, if they can finish up with a good run, I think they'll feel comfortable.
They want to show the world they can also do it. Oh, unfortunately, remember we spoke about the momentum the number 1 rider creates. And Safwan, oh, he doesn't miss easily though. He doesn't miss easily, so well done. They might incur a bit of a time penalty there. But,
I think so.
Yeah. Time 13.10, so they're definitely going to incur time penalty.
Time
Time
penalty.
allowed is 10 seconds, so 1.5 there as well. But well done to Oman. It was
It was a valiant
a
effort.
valiant effort. They were medalists yesterday, day 3. They had a sort of a comeback on the cards, and yeah, it just didn't eventually work out today. But they gave it a good bash. And our Yemenis riders, let's still see. I mean, we could still have a bit of an overall results. I actually didn't have a look well, but there's 554. India and Pakistan on overall results are exactly tied.
You are joking.
550.
548.
548. So second and
Oh,
third is going to be
smoke.
placed by this run. How more
Holy
exciting can it get?
Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard that? Brendan was just saying that India and Pakistan is tied in second place on 548 points, which means that the winner or the second or the gold, the silver medalist and the bronze medalist overall is going to be determined by this run. So we'll keep you posted on that as we get closer to the end of this tournament. They are I think one of the last teams that will be competing, and yeah, is Yemen.
Yemen, yeah, they're also just playing for pride at this stage. Very nice, two there. There goes Osama, the young rider, he won't miss. And there we go.
Oh,
4.
well done.
Still with 4. Well done, Yemen. Also
Yemen,
showing
well done. That's good pegging.
yeah, they'll leave the shores of South Africa and say, well, we could have done better, but they've gained a lot of experience. First time being in South Africa. So thanks for them to coming. It's been wonderful meeting them, and getting to know them. And now in future, I'm sure they'll come for more individual competitions out to South Africa.
I'm sure they will. South Africans try and be very hospitable towards visitors, so I'm very sure that we will be seeing a lot of some of these countries going forward.
And now your team, Hannes, I think, guys, your team, Norway, back here. They also just want to end off. They actually had a good first run, if I can remember.
Pretty,
Very good
yes, they
first
carried 3
Carried
pegs.
3 pegs.
So let's see if they can end their tournament on a high.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're also looking. South Africa's did it. Yemen has just done it now. Let's see if Norway can pull off the same thing for us. Everybody now they know who the winners are. They know they can't win it. The winners have gone past. So there'll be a lot of excitement. Saudi riders will let us all know just now. You'll hear them. They're a rowdy crowd. They're spirited. And, brilliant for the Saudis. We've had quite a good relationship with the Saudis coming out here the last few years for coaching. I'm sure the current national coach, Leon, he'll be quite happy because he's coached them there and here. And they've come out to SA Championships or 2 just to get some experience here too. So all paying off for them, and well done to them. Been a brilliant example of 10 pegging. Day 1, day 2, day 3.
Very consistent.
They've had the 2 best riders of day 1 and day 2 as well. Asiri, their number 2 rider, has ridden exceptionally well. Let's see what Norway can do. Norway, the long
6.
strategy, 6. Oh, wow. That was Mahmoud's brother. And Marie, yeah, she's ending off well. And the same, unfortunately, there. Taken 2, left 2.
Taken 2, yeah.
Call that a 50% pass.
A split. It's a split decision.
Split decision on whether they did well, but 2 picks. And I'm sure they'll probably lose a time penalty there as well.
Yes, our next team is going to be the Team India.
Okay.
And this is where the excitement is going to start. We have Team India and then Team Egypt and then Team Pakistan. And keep in mind that India and Pakistan is tied on 548 points. So the next team will put the peg in the ground to say this is the standard that the last team has to adapt to. And then we'll see what happens when Pakistan lines up for their last run. Interesting to see. I'm still a firm believer that the best thing to do is to put pressure right up from front. So if I was the coach, I would most definitely be just telling my team, listen, you guys, just calm down, take bigger gaps, make sure that we strike each peg and carry 4 pegs. What would you say, Brendan?
I would have the same strategy. I'd open the gap slightly, take the 1 point on speed, get the 4 pegs in the bag, and that will put immense pressure. It will be scoreboard pressure.
Scoreboard pressure on Pakistan.
It will be scoreboard pressure on Pakistan. We know what scoreboard pressure can do. As rugby supporters, we know exactly what that can do. So India, if they can do themselves any favours, they'll take 4 pegs. And then it's going to be difficult for Pakistan. Make it exciting for us, but difficult for Pakistan.
Very much so. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be very interesting to see the strategy. The pegs are in, the flags are flown.
It's all, the stage is set.
The stage is set. Let's see what Team India is going to dish up for us in this event. I see the team is coming through. They've got their coach walking into the track with them. Let's see what their strategy is going to be. Brendan, you've got a better view. Maybe you can comment.
See, they're going for the long strategy, Hannes. I can see they're going for the gap strategy. Mind you, yeah, they're definitely going for the long strategy, as we said. They're going for the 6 points. Oh, he was a bit too quick on that one. And that pig's put pressure on the last 2 riders. And there we go.
And this is what a world championship boils down to. There you can see what happened right now.
Yeah, that's pressure on us.
Holy
Pressure
smoke.
all the way. Pressure.
That is immense pressure. Let's listen to the peg score, but I saw 3 pegs standing.
And let's see, be very interesting. I think 6 definitely for the first rider. 0-0-0. 6 points for India. How disappointed are they going to be with that 6 points?
Smoke. They've just opened the door to Pakistan. It's just going to be so pressurized this last run. Although Pakistan has,
I think
in my
Pakistan
mind,
are
they've got
gonna
an
be-
easy run.
Yes, I think
Must be an
Pakistan-
easy run for them.
Pakistan will have confidence in themselves now to take the silver medal. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Pakistan's. If I'm putting money on, it's definitely Pakistan.
Yeah, no,
And
I
they pretty
agree.
much need to miss all 4 pegs, and that's an impossibility. I think
That's
at this stage.
impossible.
Not impossible, but improbable.
Well, I can bet my last dollar that Pakistan is going to put pressure on the first, not pressure on the first 2 riders, but they'll ensure that they put the first 2 pegs in the bag.
That's it. I totally
Put the
agree
first
with you.
2 pegs in the bag, and there's no pressure. And as the riders come down the track, the first 2 pegs are being carried, they'll have confidence and they'll just pick up on that.
I think you're quite good. And also, I think Pakistan have had a bit of practice at this. They were in that very close qualifier with Jordan in Pakistan, and it was point for point. In fact, the qualifier was won on the last run.
Really?
Really won on the last run. So they experienced now, basically, at that. You could say they've had the experience. As young riders know what it's all about. They happen to win it there, so they'll be confident that they can take this big.
Let's
we're
give
talking a
our
lot about
Egyptian
Pakistan. Let's give our
let's
Egyptian.
give our Egyptian team their run and see how good they can perform. Although they are slightly out of the run for the day, as well as the World Cup.
They can always catch Oman for the day. That's probably the
6,
decision.
6, 6.
There we go. Well done,
Wow!
Egypt.
Well done, Egypt.
Egypt put 24 points in the bag there. Well done.
What's the time penalties?
They will here now.
Time penalty minus 1.5.
1.5
1.5.
time penalty. But still, that's all they needed to do. They needed to do just get the 4 pegs, and that they've done. 1.5. Most of the teams are incurring penalties now because they're all adapting the bigger gap strategy. So it's all up to Pakistan now.
Unbelievable.
And the first rider, as you said, if he takes his peg, it's all over, because then the rest of the momentum is going to follow the first rider, the pillar up front.
Yeah, can you imagine? If I'm not saying if anything, but can you just imagine if we have a run of this again, of this event? Holy
Yeah,
smoke!
that will be very interesting. It will be very
But
interesting.
but let's give them a fair chance. They are prepared. They are ready for their run. As we've often said today, a very professional outfit. I'm sure they know exactly what they need to do to bag this silver medal.
No, I'm pretty sure they're just too experienced not to take that opportunity. Well, we said that about India, and they only
Yeah.
managed to pick up the first one.
Yeah.
In fact, it was the second rider that put the rest of the team under pressure.
Correct.
Once he missed,
The other two also
start
missed.
counting pigs instead of concentrating on what they
You
do.
don't have a lot of time to count.
They
eh?
have a lot of time. That's why your concentration gets moved.
And this is for the overall silver medalist for the 2023 World Championships.
In front, I think, is Ifran Mahmood, followed by Wajatullah, Taswar Abbas, and Nasir Abbas. Same team that competed in the qualifier. I've got my doubts they'll let this one slip. They're just too experienced for that. Let's see what happens. 6. 6.
6.
6. 6. Yeah. Pakistan. 24. And there you hear it on us.
Yeah, you can hear
Yeah,
it.
there's quite a big Pakistani contingent here, and they're exceptionally happy with that. What did I say to you? That experience is just going to come through in the last
Yeah, they just showed their class.
round. Brilliant.
Brilliant riding. Wow.
Just showed us all. Even the technical delegate is an ex-Pakistani. He's
Yeah,
from Qatar.
they're all
He's
excited.
even jumping up. So yes, well done. Yeah. Well done to Pakistan. I see Sultan Muhammad Ali is also there. He's very happy. He was actually filming it. I think hoping with definite silver medals. Well done to Pakistan. They'll be the silver medalists for the 2023 World Cup. We're going to go off air slowly and slightly now until we get the final results. We'll be back with you. We'll see if there are any ride-outs. If there are any ride-outs, we'll definitely be back with you live on air. The medal ceremony will also take place. If there are no ride-outs, so we hope to comment on you then. Thank you.
We'll talk to you just now.
hulle doen ons dit in Suid-Afrika. Almal daar aan die buitekant, julle kom nou so 'n bietjie begin nader staan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to start with this prize giving. Please, could you all stand up a bit closer, please? Stefan, is jij reg vir ons daar? Waar, Stefan? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to start with this prize giving for day 3. Our final day today, we want to start with that. We please would like the people that will be handing out our medals, please just to come up to where the medals are, please. Ambassador of Pakistan, if he can come up, please. Mr. Yaf Lotta, Mr. Gerald Munna, they will be handing out the individuals. His Excellency Aftab Hassan Khan, if he can please also just come up for us. We would like all our judges also to come and line up on the other side for us on the podium. All the judges, all our jury members, if they can all please just line up on the other side for us, please. All right, ladies and gentlemen, day 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, individual, day 3. The bronze medal with 80 points, with total 80 points, the bronze medal goes to Birger Heckrich from South Africa. we are going to ask Mr. Gerald Minna, Chairman of the Organising Committee, to hand over the medal for us. Well done, Mr. Eckert. Next, our silver medal winner with a total of 82 points for the day goes to Hassan Asari from Saudi Arabia. And we're going to ask Mr. Jaap Lotte, President of SAETA, the South African Tin Picking Association, to hand over the silver medal. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal for today with a total of 84 points goes to Tasaba Abbas from Pakistan. And we're going to ask the Ambassador of Pakistan, His Excellency Aftab Hassan Khan, to hand over the gold medal for us. We're going to ask you all just to stand for the anthem of Pakistan. You kan maar speel. Give him a great round of applause. Very well done. All right, Ryder. Now we go over to the teams for the day. And the bronze medal for day 3 with a total score of 276.5 goes to India. And we're going to ask Charlene Fenter from South SAIF, Secretary General of SAIF, please to hand over the medals to us. Next, our silver medalists, winners for the day, with a total score of 289, goes to Saudi Arabia. And we will ask Mr. Dirk Trotsky, Planning and Strategy of the Western Cape Agriculture Department, to hand over the prizes first. Prizes, medals. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Dirk Trotsky, for handing out the medals first there. All right. Now, the gold medal with a score of 294 for day 3 goes to Pakistan. And we're going to ask Marlene Barnett. We're going to ask Marlene Barnett, the Chief Whip of George Municipality, to hand over the medals first. I would like to use this opportunity to thank the George Municipality for everything that they've done to make this World Cup possible, and and for their big sponsorship. We really do appreciate it. Can you all now please stand? Delegates, please stand up. They can all stand. Yes, all our jury members. We will now all stand for the national anthem of Pakistan. give them a great round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be handing over to the Vice President of the ITBF. I'll be handing over to the Vice President of the ITBF, Mr. Brendan, to take care of the final medal ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Roland. We'll give you some time to take a few photos. Pakistan team would like to take a few photos with the flag in the back. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we've now come to the World Cup final results. We're going to welcome our presentation party for the final handover. Is going to be the General Secretary of the ITBF, Mr. Haitham Alwati, and the President of the ITBF, Sheikh Mohammed Issa Farous. I'll start with the individual results for the tournament. The best rider with third place, bronze medal, we have Abdul from Saudi. We ask Mr. Haitham if you would present the medals. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just be patient. We're just waiting for them to arrive. There we go, they're on their way. Bronze medal for individual rider overall, Abdul Wahad Asiri. In second place overall, we're going to ask our president, to hand over the medal. From Pakistan, Ifran Mahmood. Then we have our world champion individual rider for 2023, Hassan Umar Asiri from Saudi Arabia. And his presentation medal, Hassan Asiri. And now for the national anthem of Saudi Arabia. Well done there. You can take a few photos if necessary. Before we leave, that is the world champion for 2023, all the way from Saudi Arabia. Thank you. Well done, Saudi Arabia. Brilliant riding. We now going to go over to the team presentation. In third place at the 2003 World Cup, we have Team India. And we're going to ask the General Secretary, Mr. Haitham Awati, to hand over the medals for Team India. Well done, Team India. We now move on to the silver medal winners for 2023 Team Pakistan. Just 11 points off the pace. Very close competition. Well done, Team Pakistan. We're going to ask the President to have well done there, Team Pakistan. Take a few photos. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we just wait for Mr. Farouz to move off. And now for the winners, the World Cup winners for Pakistan, the World Cup winners for 2023, Saudi Arabia. We're going to ask the President to hand over the medals. Presentation party will be assisted by Mr. Khalid Al-Qurani. We're now going to ask Mr. Khalid Al-Qurani to fetch the World Cup. Khalid, will you fetch the World Cup, Khalid? And assist the President to hand it over to the manager of Saudi Arabia. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the tent pegging World Cup and will stay in Saudi Arabia until the next World Cup. Well done, Team Saudi. And now for the national anthem of Saudi Arabia. Well done, Team Saudi. All the presentation party would like to take a few photos. All the ground jury, if you could join for photos, and our VIP guests. Well done, Team Saudi. Can be proud of your performance. Very good competition. Well deserved. Saudi, ladies and gentlemen, well done. Thank you, ladies. That concludes the 2023 World Cup action here on the track. Ladies and gentlemen, remember there's still a gala evening this evening. We hope to see you all at the gala evening. Those of you who've booked your tickets, there's a gala evening at the hotel. We'll have a bit of a presentation and a gift